Hi everyone. In this video I want to discuss about my experience of Kundalini energy. And I was just laughing to myself about this. I don't know why I find this quite funny, but I guess I like to laugh at weird stuff. So today, this morning, I did a meditation for childhood trauma. And I personally don't have, well, maybe I do, have any serious childhood trauma, but while I was doing this particular meditation, I decided to connect with my Sachic records, so records of all of my childhoods. That was right there, that intention was a pretty big one, to connect and to heal my entire childhood, all of my Sachic record files. So the meditation was sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma, for 17 minutes. Okay, and I've done this before many times, and I'm always drawn to doing this particular meditation for healing childhood trauma. I don't necessarily know why I'm drawn to that meditation, but hours later, just a couple 10 minutes ago, even hours ago, I was feeling the childhood trauma. And it's just an energy that is just moving through my body that causes this weirdness. It's not necessarily negative, or I feel pain or grief. I just feel a little bit weird, okay? So then that was what I was laughing about. I was laughing because I was saying to myself, why am I doing this? Why am I stirring up my subconscious and, allowing all of this stuff to rise out of me? And then I feel very weird and almost like I'm not myself, and I feel quite triggered, like extremely sensitive, almost like really emotional. I was like, why am I doing that to myself? So I was laughing. I was just like laughing, like, what am I doing? But then I was also laughing because I have to stir up my subconscious. I have to allow the childhood trauma, not just of this lifetime, of all of my lifetimes, to rise up, so that in essence, I can begin again. And when I'm stirring up my subconscious, particularly during that meditation, focusing, intending to connect with the childhood, I'm also doing that for my parents, for my grandparents, and so on and so forth, because I was born out of the vortex of my mom and dad. Okay, I was born out, and they were born out of the vortex of the grandparents, and so on and so forth. So personally, I may not have, you could say, childhood trauma that really is affecting me or pulling me in this lifetime, but my parents and my grandparents and so on and so forth, they have their own childhood trauma that they carried with them their whole entire life that they never healed. So being born in that vortex of unhealed, you could say, childhood trauma, I'm basically the runoff of it, carrier of it, you could say. So my experience of Kundalini energy is there's no other choice, okay? Particularly at this time and age, we have to face the subconscious stuff, and we have to stir it up so that it may rise out of us, because the psyche of the collective is, is quite a mess. And I've had firsthand experience of it when I was young, very young, stepping into my mediumship ability and having all of this psyche darkness, you could say, of concepts of demons and entities and that sort of psyche mess. I dealt with that when I was a young child, not knowing that that was just a part of this psyche unresolved stuff, just like a mess, a library that's not organized. It's just books thrown everywhere, and you don't know what you're picking up. Is it a horror, or is it like a romance? You don't know, because it's just books, mess everywhere. So now that I'm older and have consciously decided to discipline myself in the Kundalini energy, have set the intention to really clear my space, my power, literally I feel extremely powerful, and I feel I am able to handle those hiccups, those insecurities that rise up, especially doing a meditation where my intention is to clear my entire Sachic record file. That's a huge load. That's a huge thing to intend to do. But I decided I have to. If we are truly to start again, if we are truly to, in essence, elevate our self-esteem, our power, to evolve to Homo sapien 2.0, which I feel we are doing, we have to be able to clear out this subconscious psyche energy. So I laugh at myself. I laugh at myself like, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing a meditation that I know would trigger me? Why? It's because I have to. There's like no other option. I could just allow it to linger in my vortex, in my aura, and I might not be able to, I may not see it. I may not experience it, but my children may. They may be the ones, such as the trait has hopped a generation, you could say, but it will show up. That's the thing about a trait. It will show up eventually. So I've decided, I'm just going to bite the bullet, because I'm not just doing it for me, because when we have a powerful vortex, a clear and clean vortex within ourselves, what we do is we really, in essence, activate, is the best word to describe what we are doing to the individuals around us. People are going to feel like really weird around us. They're going to feel open. They're going to feel elevated. They're going to feel something inside of them is altered, is changed by your presence, and they don't know what it is because it's energy. But that energy, like we're always in each other's vortexes all the time, that energy right there is going to plant a seed for their own sort of evolution. And that's what's taking place on the planet right now. A massive evolution, a massive upgrade, a massive purge, and a flood is what's going on. And the flood, the Kundalini energy, is pretty much that. It is the flood. When you're stirring up the subconscious, as though you're opening up the floodgates of the waters to just move through you, and when it moves through you, what happens a lot of times, it comes out. It comes out, but through also the practice of connecting with your I am creator, you know how to manage it. So it's not just a vomiting out where we just get triggered, and then what we do, we get angry, we get aggressive. No. Through I am creator, another part of the Kundalini practice, we find ourselves being able to manage that trigger, understanding what's happening, maybe not where it stems from, because we'll never know where it comes from. Could come from, Kiki Tua, Native American hundreds of years ago. Who knows? All it matters is that you see it, you feel it, you know what it is. You know what it is, and you allow yourself to face it. And it's a simple facing. It's a simple facing. It's just, thank you. Thank you. I let go. I decide a new wavelength now. That's what we do when we get triggered. It's an opportunity for us to decide a new pattern, a new wavelength, a new cycle. That's what's doing. When that trigger comes up, because there is a cycle that's going on inside of us that we're not aware of, that's probably going inside of our subconscious, that has been going on for generations, and now that we have literally pulled it out of its hiding spot, that's what Kundalini is. You're pulling it out of its hiding spot. It's there, and you can see it, and you are triggered by it, and you have an option to change the cycle, to change the pattern, to decide a new wavelength of interacting or reacting to a particular situation in your past, about your future, about a person. Because all of these reactions we're having to each other, it really, our response, it is coming from a cycle. So when we actively decide to like trigger ourselves through intention, we are in essence preparing ourselves to be a strong individual. An individual who understands that they came here on this planet as an awakened being, you could say, a wise being, just a connected being. We all are. We just need to really activate that most natural part of us. We can begin to honor that we are the first wave of Homo sapien 2.0. We are the first wave. You and I in this video, we are the first wave. If you're watching this, most likely you are participating in the Kundalini energy, and you understand Homo sapien 2.0 is our evolution, is the natural process of this planetary cycle that goes on for thousands and thousands of years. So when you step on that Kundalini energy path, allow the floodgates to open and allow the energy to rise, to move through you, you feel weird, you feel quite different, you feel strange, you feel energetically charged, you feel really, really sensitive, and you allow that to be so that you can, in essence, be a psyche. Literally, your vortex can be so powerful that you have your own separate psyche. I mean, we all, but I'm talking about something different than just a separate psyche corresponding with a family tree. We all share a collective. The crown chakra connects with the collective psyche, but when you grow your energy powerful, you can be in the collective psyche, but you can also be vibrating your own unique psyche that isn't a product or a runoff or continuation of the family tree psyche. And I feel like that's what we're here to do. Our aura, which is like our bubble, you could say, around us, through our power, and really is the solar power from the solar plexus. I talk about that a lot, because the solar power, really, it is the energy. It is like the conductor of the energy, conducting the energy. It amplifies the heart. That's what it does. It amplifies the heart, and it conducts this really strong electromagnetic field. And when you're doing that through the Kundalini energy, through the intention discipline, intention to trigger yourself, stir up the subconscious, you are in essence deciding you would like to be your own psyche. You're in the collective psyche, but your own psyche, your own wavelength, your own vibration. And that right there is what will alter, literally, it will alter the collective psyche, because you're inside of the collective psyche. So you'll find your wavelength, your vibration, that the collective psyche is like, whoa, what is that? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that cycle. I've never seen that wavelength. I've never seen that pattern. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, what are you introducing to my system? But right there, it may cause the collective psyche to be like weirded out and maybe quite uncomfortable and insecure, but overall that's what's going to change the collective psyche so that it begins to move differently. And that's what we're here to do, like movers and shakers. That's what Kundalini energy, I feel, is moving and shaking something inside of me so that I can start moving differently. That's what we're here to do. Moving differently is the same as changing your vibration. And the more that you move differently, your energy vortex begins to move and cycle in ways that is unheard of on this planet. And that unheard of on this planet is the introduction of higher consciousness, you could say. That's what we're here to do. We're introducing higher consciousness through our own psyche, within the collective psyche, and through our powerhouse energy of our strong vortex, our strong individual vortex vibration that is of us, not of parents and generational cycles, but from the deepest parts of us. We'll find that that wisdom, that introduction of conscious intention setting, okay, conscious triggering, that will birth higher consciousness, and that higher consciousness through our vortex will alter all of everything around us. Because we are here to introduce new ideas. At the end of the day, the Kundalini energy shows me through the discipline, you could say, and through the intending to trigger myself. What I'm doing is I am, at the end of the day, deciding I'm going to introduce something different to this planet, to introduce, to move and shake us. Because you could say connecting with the shamans, which I like to connect with the shamans through Akashic records, through multidimensional perceptions and wisdom, you could say. I understand that the shaman energy is very much the moving and shaking. It is very much I don't even know how to describe it. It's a multi-dimensional perception, like a 380-degree perception from all these different angles. And I feel like that is a space that opens for genius. That's what I feel. That shaman energy that I connect to through that multi-dimensional Akashic record energy, like I said, through the meditation, setting the intention to clear my entire childhood Akashic record is very much connecting to that shaman energy. Because shaman energy is crossing dimensions. That's what they do through the ritual. They're crossing dimensions to retrieve wisdom. And higher wisdom isn't just a linear, higher wisdom is this point. It is multidimensional. It's like geometric shape, really. It is complex. Like our dimension, the third dimension, it's a complex, and the fifth dimension complex, very much like a geometric. And so overall, my experience of the Kundalini energy is that we are here to introduce something different to the planet. Not just introduce something that's different, but actually be the embodiment of that. That's an even stronger statement. To actually claim it, to actually honor that you are different, instead of kind of undecided, shrinking in it, but you will claim it, that you are here to be different, like Nikola Tesla, so that you can, in essence, shake us, so that that space, that open space, like stirring the subconscious, it can receive the genius, which is the genius in art, the genius, I mean, we know in anything, really, there's a genius. And that is the Homo sapien 2.0. And we have it here today. It's deep within us. We just need to actively begin to take steps towards that. So I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion on my experience of the Kundalini energy. Okay, bye.